Okay, welcome every one of you to AzuloFarms, and this is our first week. And in this first week, the first thing we are going to be doing is to be putting our seed on nursery. If you actually signed up for the 39,000, you are going to have three different products or three different crops there. You have a pepper, you have cucumber, and you're going to have tomatoes. And the quantity is about tomatoes is 10, cucumber is 5. What's that name? Pepper is also 5. Then for those that did 79.5, you have cucumber is 20, tomatoes is 40, pepper is 20. Okay, so now the first thing is this: you need to know, because you have the seed. This is the seed that I sent to you. This is a product from East West. East West is a very credible seed company, and they are doing very well. And that is the seed I'm using. This is for the cucumber. This is Dawery F1. That's what we are using, Dawery F1 for cucumber. Then this is our pepper. This is called Piquentin F1. You can see that. That's what we use for pepper. Then for tomatoes, this is Platinum 701 F1. So F1 you are seeing there means the first generation. That means it's the first crossbreed of this particular seed. So this is the first time, this is the product of a first crossbreed. That's why it's called F1. So that's first generation. So the first thing you need to do, if you check in your package, everything I have here is already your package. You have your seed tray with you. You have your seed tray with you. For those of 39, I think we have about one seed tray. But for those for 79, you have two seed tray. So with your seed tray, we are going to use that. Normally we do that for one, but we can still use this to fill up all the plants that you have. But we're going to do it this way. Cucumber doesn't take long in nursery, highest 14 days. Pepper stays about 35 to 36 days. Tomatoes stays about 24 days on nursery. So using this to do it, it's going to be something that you need to be technical in doing. So what we're going to do is this. Since we know that cucumber will only stay 14 days, you understand? We're going to put cucumber in the middle. Take pepper at one edge. Take tomatoes at one edge. So if you are doing tomatoes here, you do pepper here. Then come in the middle and do cucumber. Do you understand? Why am I telling you this? Why I'm telling you this is because by the time we fill this up, we are going to cover it, right? Okay. Okay, now we have, for us to start our nursery, you need your seed tray, you need your seed, and you need your compost. Check on your package, you're going to see the compost. Check on your package, you're going to see the compost. It's written there. Okay, and I think it's written as potting mix. Yeah, it's written as potting mix. This is what is inside there. That potting mix is a compost. So if you have that with you, we can now move. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fill the seed tray up. I'm going to fill it up. The holes I'm going to use to plant my seed, I'm going to fill them up, right? So that's what I'm going to do now. So what I'm doing right now is filling up my seed tray. Why I'm doing that, remember these are compost, so you'll be seeing a lot of things inside it. So some things you know that is going to affect your plants from having expression, try to take it out. So trying to take them out. So just fill up your seed tray, and when you are filling it, don't press it. So when you are filling it, just pour it and move it around the holes. Okay, so you can see that. And this seed tray we are using is 128 hole seed tray. 128 hole seed tray. That's what we are using. So and you have 80 seeds. For those that theirs is 80. You have 80 seeds. So fill it up fill it up. Okay, so I'm done with filling up the holes that I need for this job. I'm done with filling up the holes that I need for this job. Now I fill them up. So I'll use this portion. This portion is going to be for tomatoes. This in the middle is going to be for cucumber, and this here is going to be for pepper. Now I expect you to do the same thing. So depending on the number of seed I gave you, know how many holes you are going to fill. But remember, I told you it was not pressed. I only poured the compost on top and move my hand around it so that it can actually cover the holes. I did not press it. Now the next thing is going to be to put our seed. Now there are different ways you can do for putting our seed. Number one is you can choose to first of all soak the seed. Soaking a seed wakes the seed up. Soaking a seed wakes the seed up, especially seeds that have actually stayed for a long time. Like this seed here was made on 5th of July 2024. That's how long this seed has stayed, and by 2027 it should expire. So it's for more than 4 years now. So for more than 2 years now. So let's say we make it 2 years. This seed was there. So I think it's just 1 year, right? So so what we are going to do is this. I'm going to bring out the seed, but I'm not going to soak it. I'm not going to soak this seed. I'm not going to soak it. I'll just put it directly. But if you want to soak it, it's going to fasten germination. It's going to fasten germination. But even if you do not soak it, it will still do. But for it to get maximum yield, it's always nice to soak it. So what I'm going to do now is to bring out my seed. I'm going to bring them out now. Okay, so I just brought out my seed for the cucumber. Just brought them out. Look at how it looks. You can see how it looks. That's my cucumber seed. You can see that. I'm sure you can see that, right? Okay, fine. So now the next thing we're going to do is I am going to put them into the seed tray. And how I'm going to do that is simple. I'll just make a hole. You can actually get a broom. You can get a broom. Broom will actually help you get. Broom will help you get an exact measurement. Let's take for example this. It has shown that for a seed to actually germinate, it must not go beyond 2 to 3 times of its diameter. It must not go below 2 to 3 times of its diameter. Anything below that, it will not be able to germinate. It will germinate, but it will not be able to have enough energy to come out of the soil. So, but if it's anything 2 to 2 times the diameter, we know how to get diameter. If you get this shape, for example, the entire length from here to here is the diameter. I don't know if you've seen it. This is the shape, for example, the entire length from here to here is the diameter. So whatever it is, 2 to 3 times of this diameter. So let's say that what I got here is 0.3 cm. That means I need 0.9 cm deep for me to achieve that. You understand? So if you know how you're going to do it, make that measurement, is fine, but I can always calculate that with my brain. So you can actually use something like this to make a hole. Make a hole. You understand? Make a hole. But if you are doing a big farm, using something like this to make a hole, it's going to take you are going to really stress. You're going to be so stressed to actually use something like this to make a hole if you are working on a big farm. Are you understanding it? So what we do is I could actually use my hands. Just press it down, press it down, press it down, press it down, right? I can use my hand to just press it down. So you can do that. Then if it's a big farm, let's say you are doing 23, 30 seed trays, even pressing down is a whole lot of work. What I use is I get another seed tray, I put it on top and I press it. You understand? And it goes down. But we are garden farmers. What we do is just very little. So you can take your time, use this and make a hole. It's fine. So that you can be able to be sure of the level of hole you made. So once you've done that, then get your seed and start throwing it into the hole that you made. Right? Put it into the hole that you made. Then for the places where you just for the places where you made it, and just drop it on top of it. Drop it on top. Drop it on top. Right? Yeah. Where you use your hand to make a dip, you just drop it on top. But the place where you made a hole, you just throw it inside there. Okay, so we have our seeds on the seed tray. We have seeds on our seed tray. Okay, so I have that on my seed tray. I put all the cucumber. So what I'm going to do now is I'll get more compost and use it to cover it up. I'll use it to cover it up, right? You can see that. So when you're doing that, make sure you don't use your hand to remove the seed unknowingly. So make sure you now use it to cover it up, right? So I use it to cover it up. So that is what I've done. I will use this to cover it. Okay, so we have our cucumber seeds now on the soil, but remember we are using our compost. So I'm done with cucumber. Now let's go over to pepper. Let me get that of pepper. Okay, so guys, the next thing we have is pepper. That's pepper. That's an East West pepper. Remember I called it Piquentin pepper from Seed West. So we're going to bring out the whole I have here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18 holes. So I'm going to bring out 18 pepper for this nursery. Okay, so I got this, I got this. So look at it. This is how it looks. You can see that. This is how it looks. Okay, I may not need to show you again because you have this already with you. You have this already with you, so you should be able to know how it looks. Okay, so let's start putting it into the hole as we did for cucumber. Same way we did for cucumber, we are going to press it down. Pressing down is always faster for me. Pressing down is always faster for me. Pressing down is always faster for me. So I'll just press them down. Just press them down. Okay, so that one is faster for me. So I'll take them one seed in a hole. One seed in a hole. Don't put more than one inside a hole, please. Just one hole, one seed. One hole, one seed. One hole, one seed. One hole. One hole, one seed. One hole, one seed. So guys, you can see it. That's the way we do it. Please, if you must get results, you must learn to follow precision. Don't just go and do things whichever way you want. Everything has reasons and why they are done that way. Okay guys, I'm done with putting it. So I'm going to return this one back to the bag or to the pack. I'm going to return this to the seed pack. I didn't finish it, so I'm turning it. Okay, fine. So let's make sure you keep your seed in a cool place. Let's make sure you keep your seed in a cool place. Very important. Don't just keep it anyhow, please. Always keep it in a cool place and make sure that it is well covered. Make sure that it is well covered, okay? So that's it for pepper. So like we did for cucumber, we're going to cover it. So you can go ahead and do the same thing for tomatoes. I don't need to do this video again for tomatoes. So that should be all for filling in it. So you can fill that in yourself and do what you are meant to do. I've shown you what you are meant to do. So go ahead and do yours. Do the same thing for pepper. Okay? Okay. Okay, so I've filled them up and everything is set. I filled the tomatoes here, the cucumber here, and the pepper here. So the next thing we are going to do now is to wet it, and we're going to wet it very well. So I'm going to remove my compost and I'm going to take out my seed. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to wet this very well. No, I didn't say at this. If there is even possible, if there is a way of even putting inside water and bringing it out so that I'll be sure it's very wet, you will do it. So I'm going to do this until I'm very sure that this is soaked. That's why you have this 2-liter sprayer with you. I know you have that in your package. So get it and begin to wet it. Wet it very well. Make sure that water enters inside, not just the surface alone. Wet it very well. So this is where we use the 2-liter sprayer. You pump the water, enters into a reservoir inside it, and you now be pressing it and it will be coming out from there. So wet it very well. Wet it very well. Wet it very well. Then there's an adjustment here for this sprayer. Can you see that? This is an adjustment. You can be opening it gradually depending on where you want to pour it. So for this, it's always good you open it so that it will not be putting too much pressure on the soil. So just make it in a way that the water that will be coming out will not be pressing, making hole on the soil. You understand? So that's like so I'm trying to set it. I think this is fine. So that it will not be adding pressure on the okay, so with this, even when your leaf comes out, with this pressure, it cannot bend the leaf. You understand? So the water is dropping on it, but it's dropping slowly. That is not adding pressure on the soil. It's also not adding pressure on the leaf when the leaves start coming out. Okay. So I'm still wetting the tomatoes. I'm not even gone to the part of cucumber. I'm still wetting the tomatoes. I've not gone to the part of cucumber. I want to be sure that it's very wet. And I'll tell you why. Let me be done with it first. Okay, so from the look of things, this is already very wet. Very wet. Okay. So while we wet it is this. Remember, this is our tomatoes, this is our cucumber, this is our pepper. Normally these seeds stays for a long time, and over time they become dormant and you need to wake them up. That's why I told you earlier in the video that you can actually use warm water to keep it for like a period of time, like 12 hours, 6 hours, depending on the plant. If it's something like pepper, you can leave it for like 12 hours, even 24. Something like cucumber, you can just leave it for like 6 hours. Then when you've done that, I've wet this thing properly, and I'm sure that the water I have here is enough to wake the seed up. Do you understand? It's enough to wake the seed up. So now what next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it. Give me that sack. Give me that sack. So I'm going to cover this thing. Do you know why I'm covering it? I want to stress the seed. If I don't stress this seed, it needs to struggle to get anything that it needs from this point in time. Things it needs, things like water, things like sun, it needs them. And I'm going to really stress it. I will make sure it doesn't have access to those things. With that, it's going to struggle to germinate and come out faster. So without this, most times if you leave it open like this, germination rate is always low. Germination rate is always low. In some cases, you may just be having very few germination. There are some plants that may not struggle with germination, things like cucumber, but at the same time too, you still have germination issues. You understand? But if you cover it, I promise you are going to have high rate of germination. And one of the things that shows that you're a pro is how much of your seed germinated after nursery. We put that into consideration. So now I'm going to cover it. I'm going to cover it. Okay, this didn't go around. I'll look for something else. Anyway, I'll make sure I look for something else to make sure I cover it. So I'm going to leave it like this. For cucumber, I'm going to leave it like this for 3 days. For tomatoes, which is this side, it's going to be covered for 5 days. Then for pepper, pepper is going to be covered for like 7 days. Why is this? The germination rate for these 3 crops are not the same. Cucumber germinates faster. In 3 days, you see them sprout out, and they now need air. They now need everything for them to continue to grow. Pepper, in 5 days, you see pepper must have sprout out, and they just need to continue like that, and they continue to grow. Then for tomatoes. Tomatoes in 5 days you must have sprout and start germinating and start moving. Then for pepper, it's going to take pepper another 7 days for it to germinate, for it to start seeing them. Another thing you know is this: after 7 days, all of them will not come out. All of them will not come out. After 3 days, all of them may not come out. But at least you see some that shows that yes, these have actually germinated. Okay, the rest have actually germinated inside, but you've not seen them. They've not sprouted out. So with time, you start seeing them coming out. Are you understanding? So you cover it this way. You see the way I've covered it, and I'm going to look for somewhere cool and keep them. Then once you are done with that, I'll still show you. You need to make sure don't keep it on a direct soil. Things can go from under to start eating it. Don't keep it on direct soil. If you want to keep it on direct soil, look for something like a nylon and put it under and keep it on top of the nylon, or look for something that will not allow you to have access to the soil. Keep it on top of that stuff, and you can now keep it. Another thing, you can project it on something. You can get something like a chair, keep it on top of a chair. You can get something like a table, keep it on top of a table. Like mine is on top of a table, so I'm just going to carry it now, keep it somewhere cool. And another thing is this: shade. I wouldn't want this water to dry up immediately. I want it to be drying up gradually. So for me to do that, I'll not go and put it where it will be having direct sun. No matter how much you cover it, with direct sun, it's going to dry up fast. You understand? So I'm going to look for somewhere that has some level of shade to put it. And already my house here, cucumber has given me a good shade. So I'm going to put it on my cucumber. I'm going to show you now. I'll show you where I'm going to keep it. I already have something on. So if you look at this place, so see where I already have. This is my bell pepper. This bell pepper that is in the shade. Remember I told you guys to get a mosquito net. You can see I used my baby's net. She don't pass up, so I had to use it as my own mosquito net. Why I'm doing this, to make sure that things doesn't have access to it, things like lizard and all that. So if you look at this, you see that cucumber have provided shade for this my plant here. So I'm going to use this shade that cucumber provided as my nursery platform. So I'm going to keep it here. So if you don't have opportunity. If you don't have something like this, you can use things like palm branch, put it on top, it's fine, you understand. Or just look for somewhere that casts shadow, maybe where you have roof, that in the daytime some portion of light still comes in there, you know, so you can still keep it there as well. But just make sure that it doesn't have very harsh condition wherever it is at the moment of nursery. That is what you need, and the key part. So go ahead and do these things. Make sure you do this. After 3 days, go and check your cucumber, open it up, and make sure that your cucumber now have access. So whatever I used to cover, look for something and cover the other portion where you